Yes, my dear friends, welcome back to the channel. Very good morning to you guys all out there. It is a beautiful Saturday morning. And hey, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to give you a breakdown of my perception about Enzo Maresca and the system of play right now. What do I think so far? This Chelsea club, our football club, has been in the hands of Enzo Maresca. 1 year now. It's been one season. Yes, one full season right now. And what have we seen? Are we impressed by his work rate? Has he achieved our target, our aims? I would say yes, our target and our aim from where we were before he came in and where we are right now. We have actually improved in many ways. After all, we won a trophy. And we are back in the Champions League. And we are in the Club World Cup. Last 16 of the Club World Cup. Ladies and gentlemen. Now, tonight it's going to be Chelsea Benfica. But before we go into the last 16, I want us to analyze carefully Maresca and the team so far. Yes, that is what I want to do. In brief, I'll be taking just about 6-7 minutes right now from you, quickly. Can we start? Let's go. You see, Enzo Maresca was asked about the team right now, the status and the condition of the team, where he think we are heading, where we are right now, where we are heading. And this is the answer he said. This is the answer he gave. He said, it is a good moment or not to try a new thing. Is it a good moment not to try a new thing? Is a question he asked back. I don't know. But we also have to think about the future and try different systems. Last year, we played 3-4 different systems during the season. The idea is to continue to evolve, to continue to improve, and to try different things. Now, this answer Maresca gave, I thought about it severally. And let me tell you what. We are in a phase 2 of Enzo Maresca system. We are in a phase 2 of Enzo Maresca's system of play, or the style that he originally want to play. Phase 2 of it. Phase 1 was more of laying of foundations. Now, and this phase 2, we'll see Chelsea enter a chameleon phase. You ask, what is a chameleon? I think if you know chameleon, right? Chameleon is that reptile that changes color. In every given moment, you can change color from brown to green to yellow. Yes, we are entering into chameleon, this phase 2. Chelsea are entering into a chameleon phase. The chameleon phase is basically when the team enters a stage of unpredictability in their tactical approach. Yeah. Maresca's phase 1 was to lay down the foundation. Phase 2 is when the team begins to shift. When the team begins to shift even more. Oh, yes. And I will explain further. Now, tactically, this subtle tweaks, it could be from the defense or from the midfield or from attack. These tweaks can come in form of personnel. These tweaks may come in forms of personnel, formation, player roles, zone occupation, while still retaining the team's original identity. It might come in the form of personnel change, formation change, zonal occupation, while we still maintain what is called the original identity of the team or the squad. Consider an evolution. Consider an evolution, not a revolution. Consider an evolution, not a revolution. Yes, in this system. Ladies and gentlemen, evolving into a chameleon phase comes with massive pegs regarding how we approach games. Each game. But it also comes with its own risks, like we saw in a game against Flamengo. Yeah, it is one of those games that you look at the setup, as you can see right there on your screen. We changed the players, and the entire system was changed, but the identity of the team remains. It was a massive risk Maresca took, and you'll be seeing more of that in the coming weeks, in the coming season. We are in 4 different tournaments next season, including Champions League. Yeah. So you'll be seeing more of this. You see, evolving into a chameleon phase comes with a massive risk, just as we saw in the defeat to Flamengo. But in an ever-evolving Premier League, you need to be a step ahead, or you get easily figured out. We need to be a step ahead, and that is all that Maresca is trying to do. We need to be a step ahead of others, or we get figured out. You know, you heard when we play Esperance of Tunis, you hear the coach making statements like, oh, Chelsea kept evolving and they have quality, so they are difficult to predict. Exactly so. Chelsea are difficult to predict because of the kind of players we have. And this is why the signing, the player that Maresca actually wants, a player that can play multiple positions. Ladies and gentlemen, that is my personal opinion going forward into the last 16 of the tournament and into the next season. What to expect? Chelsea are entering into a chameleon phase right now. So going into the last 16 against Benfica tonight, I will expect a strong side, but there will still be 1 or 2 changes. Wait for that and watch out. Ladies and gentlemen, you see, the Club World Cup is basically a glorified pre-season with a trophy to be won, but it offers coaches the chance to try something new ahead of next season. So why not experiment or rest players since you have the chance to do so? Chelsea's lineup in tonight's game will not be much different from the lineup we saw against Flamengo, but more of experience. Expect to see Pedro Neto play tonight. Expect Reece James to start the game tonight. Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, expect Lavia to be in the game tonight. I'll be back for my preview later in the afternoon. But I'm just trying to bring your idea to what to expect in tonight's game. Maresca says he sees Santos as a more of an Enzo type midfielder, an attacking one, and still needs to get to grips. With his tactics. So I'm not hopeful to see Santos starting tonight. Maybe second half, maybe. But in a starting role, I don't think Santos will be starting tonight, based on the statement Maresca made on the player. Quickly, what else do you want to know about Chelsea? Well, Tosin Adarabioyo is going to make his England-Nigeria international future decision in the next month. My Nigerian fans out there, Tosin says he's going to make the decision whether to play for England or to play for Nigeria next month. The 27-year-old was cautious committing in the last year, but wants to play in the World Cup in 2026 and feels established at Chelsea now. The question is, Nigeria itself is in a very tight position right now for the World Cup. Yeah, they will have to win all their games and hope other teams loses. Otherwise it's difficult for Nigeria, because right now their position right now, they will have to win at least 4 games in order to secure top spot for the World Cup. Ladies and gentlemen, so Tosin, is he welcome, my Nigerian friends? Chelsea are not among clubs in active talks to sign Emiliano Dibu Martinez this summer, as we heard yesterday. No approach or talks, as Chelsea respect Martinez, but their focus is on a different position. You now see why I don't like to come up here the moment there's a news. Sometimes I like to verify. Yesterday I came here and I told you Chelsea interest in Martinez, but I was skeptical. Now Fabrizio Romano came up last night to put issues to bed that Chelsea are not interested. They like the player, but they not show any interest in the player, and therefore that issue is dead. Chelsea are not among clubs that are active to sign Emiliano as of now, ladies and gentlemen. So Aston Villa, they can take their goalkeeper. Brighton have rejected 2 offers worth in excess of £50 million for João Pedro. Brighton have rejected 2 offers worth £50 million in excess of £50 million for João Pedro. Newcastle and another unnamed club, another unnamed Premier League club, have both had bids rejected in the past few days. Newcastle are expected to improve their offer. Who is that unnamed club? Ladies and gentlemen, it's possible it's your club. Chelsea, it is possible. Hey, Pedro Neto, 50 million plus, and the bid was rejected in last few days. My goodness. Pedro Neto, João Pedro, not Pedro Neto, João Pedro, from Brighton, another Brighton. No. You see, the moment you enter into bidding war with when it comes to Brighton players, that is how they'll keep increasing the price. So long as it's 2-3 clubs that are interested in their player, expect them to. This player could end up £70 million. João Pedro. Ladies and gentlemen, let me just run up here quickly. PSG is helping save Lyon from being relegated to the 2nd division. Yes, PSG tried to help Lyon. How are they doing it? You know, the club has made an early payment for the transfer of Bradley Barcola, whom they signed for 45 plus 5 million euros. This move allowed Lyon to improve their financial standing ahead of the DNCG review. The club has filed an appeal and is hoping to be reinstated in League One. Ladies and gentlemen, yes, PSG. You know, Lyon being relegated, PSG knows very well that the League One, who are going to compete with Marseille and who else? There are not big clubs, you know. So PSG know very well they will have to help Lyon to continue to play in the League One. Otherwise, who are they going to be competing with? Anyway, it's like tap my back, I tap your back. Yeah. Barcola to PSG, and they've already made payment to help Lyon set up. They are owing over 500 million euros in debt. So 45 million euros for Barcola alone. That's good to cut down the debt stock. Ladies and gentlemen, it is what it is. Quickly, last but not the least, on your screen, who is that? Do you remember this guy? John Duran. John Duran. Last season, Chelsea was so much interested in John Duran. Chelsea fans, some like him, some don't like him. I, for one, I didn't want John Duran. And many of you think it was because of Nicola Jackson. Fine. Right now, John Duran, the Saudis came for him just a season after. Listen to this. Fenerbahce are now pushing to sign John Duran with immediate effect. Jose Mourinho is pushing to have John Duran with immediate effect. The 21-year-old striker from Al Nassr, yes, playing alongside Cristiano Ronaldo, is very open to returning to Europe. He is very open to returning to Europe and signing for Fenerbahce. New sporting director Devin Ozek is in Colombia for negotiations over a deal. Jose Mourinho wants him, and there have been direct talks between him and John Duran. Ladies and gentlemen, that's an interesting transfer to watch in the next few days. Yes, it is an interesting one to watch in the next few days. Anyway, let me leave you guys here. I'll be back with my preview, Chelsea, Benfica, in the coming hours. See you guys when you see me. Shalom and peace.